Hi, I'm Sheba Andrew. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and I am EMDR trained. Okay, what I have here is a Russian doll. So there are many parts to a Russian doll, as you can see here. Just like that, there are many parts to us. Okay, let's get everybody out here. Okay, good, perfect. So there are many parts to us. What I mean by that is there are parts of us, these big ones here, that are very obvious to us. It's very conscious to us. So we know our history, who we are as a person, what our past memories and past experiences that make us who we are as a person today. But there are also parts of us that are at a very subconscious level. There are parts of us that can be very confusing to us. I'm talking about instances where we are very confused about why we do certain behaviors over and over and over again, knowing that it's bad for us, and we keep repeating those patterns, and we know consciously it's not good for us to do certain behaviors, and we keep hurting ourselves and other people in the process, and we're often feeling very helpless and not knowing what to do, and that could be very confusing. So these parts of us that are very confusing could be coming from unprocessed memories. What I mean by that is when something traumatic happens to us, and I'm talking something very scary and traumatic, it could be something from childhood or something recently. When something traumatic happens to us, what happens is our brain gets overloaded. It gets really, really overwhelmed. So at the time, the brain gets very focused into keeping us alive, into staying alive. The information processing aspect of that brain is not quite functioning at the time because, again, it's very focused in keeping us alive in that very moment. So what happens is the brain doesn't get to fully process what happened, that traumatic thing that happened to us. So the memory gets very fragmented, and pieces of that memory could continue to haunt us. I'm talking about pieces of the memory like certain images, certain feelings, certain what we think about ourselves, certain sounds and sensation can continue to come back and haunt us. All of a sudden we'll do these knee-jerk reactions and we're left feeling really confused. Where is this coming from? And there are times where we knowingly know like where it's coming from, but there are times we are left feeling very confused. So in EMDR, what we do with the help of a therapist, again, with the help of a therapist in a safe environment, you are actually going back into your traumatic memory. You don't have to give a lot of details of that memory to that therapist, okay? So you're going back into your traumatic memory. This is, I want to emphasize something here very important. You are doing the work, your brain is doing the work, okay? You are going back into that traumatic memory, allowing the brain to finish processing that traumatic incident that happened to you. So you are allowing these little pieces, these layers of you, to go back into it and reconsolidate to the other parts of you, to make sense of what happened. And we are meaning-making beings. So our brain is a very powerful part of us, and we are, in EMDR, you're going back into it to allow the brain to finish processing what happened, hopefully, with the hope that these parts of you that are continuing to haunt you are no longer haunting you, and the charge that it used to have on you becomes lower. Anyway, hopefully this was helpful to you. Thank you for watching.